All right, let's now connect with Shubhamoy Bhattacharjee, senior economic journalist on the show. Hi, Shubhamoy. The 1.5-kilometer long mountain tunnel in Palghar district, part of the bullet train project, is being hailed as the second tunnel breakthrough in Maharashtra. Can you explain us why it is being hailed as a tunnel breakthrough?
Well, part of the reason for the bullet train, when we say it's going to be a very fast connectivity between Mumbai and Ahmedabad, is that it takes the shortest possible route. Now, as you would know, that the Palghar section where this tunnel has been created is one of the oldest mountains, and it's a difficult thing to create. It's a very short time period in which it has been created, and also the fact that it's being used to run a bullet train which will have an enormous speed. So the amount of what I should call the sound barrier related and vibrational effect in such a cloistered space is a very difficult engineering objective to have been able to do. For instance, if I take the example of Japan's bullet train, one of the major things that the design modification that happened in Japan in the bullet trains in the early stages was because there was a shock that every time a train ran through a tunnel, there would be a sonic boom across the area. Now, all of that is going to be there for the bullet train, and it could have been there for the bullet train, and the fact that it's not will be due to the success of the tunnel project. So it is very significant in terms of what it is doing and in terms of ensuring that we get the project near to completion, as the minister is promising.
Okay, what will the successful completion of the tunnels being built for the bullet train mean for such tunnel construction in future projects of similar nature? Also, will there be transfer of technology from Japan to India for tunnel construction?
I won't get into the transfer of technology business, but let's look at this way. We had another very, very difficult engineering project, which was the Chenab Railway, where Indian railway engineers managed a very difficult feat of crossing the Chenab in Kashmir. Now, that has been achieved by India and has led to the successful launch of the train operations between the valley and Jammu and the rest of India. It's a very powerful achievement. So I'm sure that with this achievement that we've now been able to demonstrate, we will be able to use the similar sort of technology in lots of other projects. India is a country with varied regions, varied topography. Already, as you would have seen, between Mizoram and the rest of India, a very fantastic railway line has just been commissioned, and through very difficult terrain. Now, all of that requires a lot of tunneling work. In fact, tunneling work is also a very strong feature of the Kashmir, of the Srinagar to the Jammu the Kashmir lane that has been the train link that has been created. It goes through enormous number of tunnels. So we are really getting very, very good at it, and it's a very promising sign that this one is also being built. And I'm sure what is happening is essentially suffusion of the tunnel technology across these projects. Yeah.
Okay, the bullet train project, when completed, is expected to bring significant economic benefits and boost regional development. Could you shed some light on these benefits?
One of the things that could happen is that, a bullet train is not a fancy project. It is something which is very important in terms of the speed advantage that we are doing. It's just not, it's not two random places between which the train link is being constructed. One of the places that it is planning to link is the gift city. Now, the gift city and Mumbai. Mumbai is India's financial capital. The gift city is the place where most of our new innovations in financial systems is happening. So it's important that people are able to travel between these two nodes very fast in real quick time to be able to handle all sorts of assignments. And that is, in fact, the principal trigger for why this project has become so important, to connect to India's two financial nodes. So obviously, the impact on the economy, you can see, is going to be massive. People, for instance, can travel when they can travel so easily between Delhi, between Mumbai and gift city, then they'll be able to take comfortable decisions on where they stay, how they operate between these two centers and maximize opportunities. Those are enormous possibilities that are opening up. So we definitely look forward to this project as a very key enabler of India's development planning and development policies. Yeah.
Okay, so as the gains from the bullet train are seen after its completion in 2027, can we expect to see further such projects being launched in the country?
I think we've already planned more bullet trains between quite a few other nodes, like Chennai, Bangalore, and others in the days ahead. So there are those projects that are coming up. Even otherwise, the very fact that on the same sort of track that is there between Bombay and Mumbai and Ahmedabad, we are going to see this bullet train happening, will allow for that same technology to be used in lots of other places with much more ease of, we have already got the Vande Bharat trains running at potential speeds of 180 kilometers per hour. In fact, the minister just recently demonstrated that the sleeper class enabled Vande Bharat can achieve speeds of up to 180 kilometers per hour without any vibration. Now, those are significant enablers that is already happening in terms of the high-speed corridors that is coming up and making railway travel quite different from what it had been for decades. Yeah.
Okay, Shubhamoy, Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that possibly tongue-in-cheek or not, that travellers can buy a ticket now for the bullet train. A good idea, you think?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, like initially, I mean, obviously lots of people would be using it just to get the sheer experience of what a fast train looks like. And in fact, India has been talking about this bullet train for a long time without having gotten into it. So the demonstrated capacity, the demonstration that the project will actually now see literally the light of the day by 2027 is a very significant thing for people to enjoy and hope for. Just as they have become very excited about, as I said, about the other marquee travel train projects that have already happened. Like, as I said, the one between Mizoram and Assam, the one between Jammu and Srinagar. You know, these are the projects which actually make people very interested, and again, rail travel has a lot of tourist interest, a lot of consumer interest in terms of, you know, varieties, seeing, I mean, they give a different feel altogether. So obviously people will be, I'm sure, will be lining up to get a taste of it in the very first days. Yes.
Yeah, so one could buy a bullet train ticket as on Independence Day in 2027. This is what is Ashwini Vaishnav's plan. Thank you very much, Shubhamoy Bhattacharjee, for joining us on DD India News Hour.